a very special place in my heart for temple presidents. My father was president of 2 synagogues at the same time. And I thought that I would never see a more busy Jewish volunteer than my dad in those couple of years when he was president of 2 synagogues at the same time, until I met our current president, Jeff Balin. That Jeff is dedicated to this congregation, for those that know him, it goes without saying. A gabbai and a regular and Armenian in our Saturday morning Shabbat services, active in our community along with his incredible family at Talmud Torah with Jen Schechter Balin, and their kids involved in our religious school, a Madricha, Justine, in our Temple Sholom school. And Jeff models all of that. Jeff models it through showing up, but he models it also through his incredible patience, his wise and keen understanding of how organizations and people interact in relationship and work. I need to tell you that we are so fortunate to have had all of the leaders that this congregation has had. We have been blessed with the right presidents at the right time, as I understand our temple history. And so too are we at this time of growth and transition, administrative transition, and booming growth of schools and membership and the demands that that places upon this as an organization. We are so incredibly fortunate to have Jeff as our president, and we are blessed, Jeff, wherever you are, to have, there you are, to have the opportunity to hear your words this morning. Our temple president, Jeffrey Balin.
Thank you for this opportunity to address this sacred community on our most sacred of days. It is genuinely, truly an honor to serve all of you. As current president of Temple Sholom, it is with humility and gratitude that I continue in the tradition of my predecessors who served before me. Having taken the time to meet with each past president among us, I have come to know, admire, and appreciate them, along with our shul's remarkable history, more than ever before. We are indeed indebted to countless people at Temple, volunteers, supporters, staff, and clergy who have helped create this treasured jewel we call Temple Sholom. It is impossible to name everyone, too easy to forget someone. So please know my gratitude extends to every person and every contribution in every form over all the years and decades. We here today are all the beneficiaries. In a room of about 500 people or so today, I believe it's fair to assume that not all of you know me. So a quick snapshot is in order. After having been on my own spiritual journey for many years, looking to Eastern approaches and knocking on the doors of many synagogues, Temple Sholom was ultimately the place where I felt I belonged, a place where I could recommit deeply to my Judaism, anchored in tradition, while inviting more progressive thinking and honoring the value of inclusion. A spiritual home where Jews of all stripes, including my own, can belong and be who they are. I am profoundly grateful for having made that choice. Since first coming to Temple back in the early 2000s, I have been a school parent, a board member, an executive member, sat on multiple committees, been a weekly Shabbat regular, a minyan goer, a gabbai, a Torah study enthusiast, men's club member, and a few other things. I love this place. I love its people. I love its values, its purpose, activities, dignity, and sanctity. As board president and as a Jew and an MBA of 25 years, I love that God and governance have room in the same sentence, and that God and each one of us can share the same space as we do now. I love that we all bring our unique and often complicated, very complicated, rather imperfect histories and lives to a place whose stated mission is bold enough that it states, quote, to honor and sanctify each and every person, integrating a deep sense of Jewish tradition with contemporary life. Achieving Temple's mission is complicated, but worth every ounce of energy, heart, and soul in its pursuit. We are an organization where strategies, budgets, initiatives, investments, and development are ultimately in service of what is palpable in this room today. Like so many days and evenings at Temple Sholom for so many decades, inclusive of so many individuals and families, each with their own connection to Judaism in their own way. A sacred connection at the intersection of Torah, tradition, the human soul, and its journey. Yours, mine, all of us. All of us. We learn from the book of Proverbs, Ner Hashem Nishmat Adam, the candle of God is the soul of a person. For me, Temple Sholom is a congregation of spectacular, brilliant Ner Hashems, candles of God. I can remember the first time a few years back when I, along with other representatives of Temple Sholom's executive, stood on this very bima on Kol Nidre night. While holding a sacred Torah in my arms, looking beyond its glimmering, majestic crown ornaments, my eyes took in a vast expanse of Ner Hashems, divine candles of God, gathered together, gathered in thought and prayer, or perhaps simply in the moment. It was an awesome sight, as it is every year, powerful and humbling, a sea of divine candles. And just off to our side, on our memorial wall, here with us still, the memory of hundreds of other divine candles that once shined bright in our world, including my own parents of blessed memory. And many that shine bright in our very own shul, many in this very room. A moment like Kol Nidre night can only be found in one place, a synagogue. And when that synagogue's mission aspires to include each and every Jew along with their families, it is something beyond compare, something to be proud of and pursue. Inclusivity is the hallmark of Temple Sholom. It is our task, it is our mission. And I can look you in the eye and tell you that our remarkable and gifted clergy, staff, volunteers, supporters, and lay leaders take that aspiration with a deep sense of commitment and responsibility. Do we make mistakes? Of course. Have we reached 100% inclusivity? No. Are we closer than most? I would honestly say yes. Whenever I speak to new and old members alike about what they value in Temple Sholom, the word that comes up more than any other is inclusive. In a world of increasing divisiveness, isolation, and loneliness, we should not take our accolades for inclusivity lightly, and we don't. Temple Sholom's core strategic plan, along with its comprehensive committee structure, is one that primarily builds upon the tradition and accomplishments to achieve even greater inclusivity, based on Jewish fundamentals and entry points into Judaism such as Torah, teachings, values, rituals, community, traditions, events, arts and culture, and ties to Israel. The strategic focus emphasizes three pillars: connection, growth, and sustainability. For the individual, that's you and I, for the community, and for the organization. You will hear more about our initiatives around connection, growth, and sustainability in greater detail in the months ahead. Of course, at Temple, we still have work to do, as we always have and always will. But much work has already been done, and there is so much to celebrate. Membership numbers continue to grow, while membership retention remains high, with total households now approaching 800. Equally encouraging is the remarkable growth and success of our Temple Sholom School, something that is so beautiful and very dear to my heart. And if you could have seen what was happening in the next room, as the rabbi was privileged to see, it is absolutely spectacular. Bursting at the seams, our highly talented team have built a school that infuses our Jewish future with bright new hope and continuity. Those younger divine candles now number over 150. That alone is larger than some congregations in North America. This number is not just a business metric or key performance indicator. It represents the future, ensuring our generation adds to the sacred light of Judaism, reaching back thousands of years. And there is so much more. Over 40 distinct programs and initiatives here at Temple Sholom, too many to list, that provide opportunities for connection, growth, and sustainability throughout the year in ways that are meaningful at all stages of life, offering a place to belong, a place for companionship. Some include the 60-plus group, a vibrant community for learning and connecting our temple elders who contribute so much to our synagogue life. Next Generation, connecting those in their 20s and 30s in meaningfully Jewish ways. Marvi, our youth group and home for Reformed Jewish teens in the Vancouver area. Family Services and Tot Shabbats, bringing young children and families ways to meaningfully connect to our tradition and our community. Eastside Jews, helping bring often disenfranchised Jews and families into the Jewish tent. Jewish information classes for those exploring conversion to Judaism or interfaith couples looking to learn more. Morning Minyan, providing comfort, support, prayer, and breakfast. Every Monday and Wednesday, a place where some people have called a civil way to start the day. Torah Study, a safe and inquisitive group to discuss, better understand, and integrate our sacred Torah throughout the year. Jewish Learning Curriculum of diverse and inspiring educational offerings for everybody. A brochure is available for our new curriculum outside in the lobby. I encourage you to pick one up. Sisterhood, including Sisterhood Choir, helping women find their potential within a Jewish context. Men's Club, connecting men in fun and meaningful activities in our community. And our annual galas and fundraisers. These are significant undertakings that bring us together as a community, giving us a chance to honor our own and provide essential and critical funding to keep the lights on, and also very much to help support all these important initiatives I've named and more that reach so many people and help so many people belong. Our next gala will be this spring, and it's just being announced in our foyer for May 5th, our Builders and Dreamers Gala, honoring Susan Mendelson and Jack Lutsky. We hope to see you there. And there are also a few hidden gems in our shul, like our Chevrek Tefillah, a small but quiet ongoing prayer group for those in need of healing, and visits to the Louis Breyer that ensure everyone who is part of our community remains part of our community. And of course, our weekly Shabbat services, always here for you, providing a safe and peaceful atmosphere to decompress, reflect, rejuvenate, alone or with others, reconnecting with yourself, community, prayer, and or God. As you can hear, our shul is thriving and seeks to truly sanctify and honor each and every person in so many ways. Activities, learning, and engagement for everyone who wants it, comfort and counsel for anyone who seeks it, ceremony and ritual for all who need it. From our toddlers to our elders, Temple Sholom's array of activities and programs ultimately serve to honor and sanctify life at every stage. They help us connect, grow, and sustain our congregation and our lives. If you are not already involved, please explore our website, speak with us or other congregants, and find something that is genuinely meaningful for you. If you are on the periphery, we would love for you to give something a try and come join us more often. This really is your synagogue. It is your place to belong. Give us a call, drop us an email. We would be happy to chat and help you think through some options or connect you with the right people that can support you. And in the spirit of support, I want to remind everyone, if you can, and only if you can, please help support us and each other through our half shekel campaign. It is a very unique and special campaign, actually. In the spirit of inclusivity, our half shekel campaign is a unique opportunity to create something for everybody, by everybody. As Rabbi Dan mentioned on Rosh Hashanah, the half shekel campaign means so much more than the money or the amount that you can give, whatever that might be. It even goes beyond the food, as important as that is, which will be provided for our community onegs. As in biblical times and throughout the ages, it is a means to bring the entire community together, participate meaningfully as equals in supporting the temple or Mishkan. For many, this type of community-wide contribution is a meaningful form of participation and tzedakah. It means a lot to them to be able to do this. The half shekel fund is as much for each of us as it is for all of us. Please, if you are able, be counted. It is quick and simple and designed to work within your means. Please find a minute to make your suggested $54 contribution or whatever amount you can afford. In conclusion, let me say that Temple Sholom has been and will always be here, waiting for and welcoming each of us as we go through our many stages and phases of life, ripe with shifting beliefs, opinions, and circumstances. Congregational life is a journey, not a blueprint. It can be messy and nonlinear. Mistakes will be made, but we will always track towards that which is holy in our tradition and that which is holy in each of us. We are committing ourselves to doing just that. Indeed, our journey is a sacred one that builds on thousands of years of history, thousands of years of half shekels, and community contribution in many forms. We are all part of that history, that collective journey. Inclusivity requires two hands to clap. Please participate in temple life in whatever way is meaningful to you. Please belong. As you know, when a candle gives off light to other candles, nothing is lost from its own. In fact, in participating, not only do we help bring light and life to another, but for a moment, our own flame, too, grows brighter. It is only through our collective support and involvement that we guarantee the majestic glow of Kol Nidre at Temple Sholom for years and generations to come. Gemar Chatima Tova, may each and every one of you be sanctified and sealed in the book of life for good.
Pastor Koff.
Love to you.